Welcome to the December 11th, 2019 Whittier Regional Vocational Technical High School meeting, school committee meeting. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get started, I'd like to welcome our new representative from Salisbury, Ron Fitzgerald. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome, Ron.
Public comment. Is there any public comment? None being heard. We're going to move on. And we have the chorus tonight. Ms. Urban?
Sorry to have our backs to some of you. Thank you for having us. A couple songs from our program from tomorrow night. The concert tomorrow night. There you go. Yes.
Sweet seven bells, all citizens, all cares away. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, it's a song, ding dong. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, oh, how they dance, how they dance. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Sweet silver bells, all seem to say, go kiss away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old. Ding in the ball, ding dong, that is the sound. Ding in the wind, dong, caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound. Oh, how they dance, how they dance. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
And we'll sing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" because we do. All right, a little version of that.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring wherever we go. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Figgy pudding. Now bring some out here. We won't go till we won't go. We won't go till we get so. We won't go till we get so. So bring some out here. A very, very Merry Christmas. Christmas and a very Happy New Year. New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you, we wish you, we wish you, we wish you good health, luck, and prosperity.
Let's say goodbye. Ready? After on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, moving on. We're gonna go take a look at the holiday float.
Spring break and the stabilization fund.
Approval of minutes.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Tucker.
I move the approval of the minutes of our November meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Treasurer's report.
Move to accept. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There's no old business posted. Student representatives report. Catherine?
Good evening, Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, and all other school committee members. The chess club continues to grow with over 20 members. They had their first in-house tournament, and a 10th grade student won, and has been named the resident chess master. A Google Classroom site has also been established for the group. The Key Club, in the past few months, the members have hosted a blood drive here at school, assisted with the open house giving tours, worked at a Kiwanis event, volunteered at the Salisbury Sea Festival of Trees, volunteered at the Christmas stroll, helped ring the bells for the Salvation Army, and had done many other hours on their own. Tomorrow they will be helping out at the winter concert, and on Saturday they will be at the Salisbury Fire Department's annual Breakfast with Santa. Next Tuesday afternoon, they will be hosting an inter-club gathering after school in the library where all clubs can share information in a fun atmosphere. They're asking that everyone who attends bring an item to be donated to a local food pantry. The Multicultural Club has a junior student who gave a wonderful presentation about her heritage country, the Philippines. She informed us about its culture, languages, food, festivals, and history. We are busy collecting coats and jackets for our annual Coats for Kids drive sponsored by Anton's Cleaners. Music and production. The chorus is preparing for their concert Thursday night. They've been working hard, rehearsing every day for this performance, and the kids are very excited. They're singing 12 songs, including pop, show tunes, and holiday songs. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be coming to town, a la Bruce Springsteen, to greet children and hand out candy canes. A storytelling of the Grinch will be performed by Mr. Purcelli. The band members include staff and students on guitar, bass, and drums. The concert is free to all and is a great way to get into the holiday spirit. The drama production play area, they had auditions and are holding callbacks today. They had a great turnout of 45 students audition and will be casting over the next few days. Their first read-through will be Tuesday, December 17th, and rehearsals will begin after the holiday break. Peer to Peer is running its annual canned food drive until December 18th. The shop or homeroom that collects the most canned goods will win the annual plaque and a free breakfast in their area on the day before we leave for the holiday. All canned goods collected will be delivered to our neighbor's table to help feed the needy throughout the holiday season. Peer leaders are currently preparing to run a series of team-building activities for students during the freshman halftime show. These activities include name games, puzzles, and a tug-of-war. All are meant to teach social and emotional lessons. Additionally, some peer leaders will also be attending the winter concert with members of the freshman class. Ski Club is making arrangements and collecting permission slips for the first trip to Gunstock in January. The trip is planned for January 11, 2020. DECA worked with the varsity cheer team to organize and hold Whittier Tech's first cheer clinic. It was held on Sunday, December 8th, and had 14 girls from grades K through 5 attend. The participants learned 2 cheers, a dance routine, and basic tumbles and stunts. This event will be presented by Jelena Valentine and Anna Jackie's, at the district competition on Thursday, January 19th at Merrimack College. We have 16 students competing at the district competition. If they place in top 7 in their category, they will move on to the state competition in February in Boston. The Interact Club got together on Sunday after Thanksgiving and volunteered to wrap gifts for Aussie's kids. They helped wrap about 300 donated gifts that will be distributed to families in need. Our next event is on January 27th, where they will volunteer with the Rotary and serve community meals at the Haverhill Citizen Center. Environmental Club continues to run the recycling program and is beginning to gather ideas for Earth Day. They are currently working on PSAs on current environmental issues to share with the student body. The football Thanksgiving update. Whittier Tech football team battled the rain and a very good Greater Lawrence team to a 28-14 victory this past Thanksgiving Eve. This was the first night a football game was held at Whittier, and with a great crowd and a lot of alumni returning to support the Wildcats, it was a very successful way to wrap up the fall sports season. The boys' basketball season got off to a delayed start with the 2 snow days delaying tryouts. They've been practicing hard to build chemistry and learn the playbook. The boys' varsity team is young this year, with the same number of sophomores on the roster as seniors. The girls' basketball team has had several successful preseason scrimmages. They look to get off to a good start this Friday night at Whittier Tech versus Shawsheen. Wrestling has about 40 participants, 2 of which are girls. They have their first match this Saturday at North Reading versus Linfield, Wilmington, and Hopkinton. We have 30 returners from last year with the addition of 8 freshmen and 4 sophomores. And the hockey team at Amesbury High. Whittier Tech has a very high number of student athletes participating in all levels of our co-op with Amesbury. The team is looking to grow as a team and have a competitive season. That is all.
Thank you. Any questions?
Wow.
Yeah, quite a bit this time.
All right, thank you very much.
Good job.
Superintendent's report, Ms. Lynch.
Good evening, Chairman. First, I just would like to thank Linda Urban and the chorus. They did a fabulous job. That was great seeing the kids. And their concert is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. If anyone else is interested in seeing more songs, it's about an hour-long presentation, so please feel free to come to the event tomorrow. For informational purposes for you tonight, I have hires of an evening school instructor, management and entrepreneur, professional development, PD instructors, English part-time tutors, and resignations of a child care instructor, health PE instructor, and special education instructor, all for retirement purposes. As far as the budget update, we are meeting with department heads and the administration to finalize department submissions to build the FY21 budget next week. It's a way to go into the holiday. We have 5 juniors taking the ELA MCAS retest and 6 juniors taking the math MCAS retest in November. Results from these tests will not be available until the end of January. In January, we'll run a free MCAS after-school program for all students in grades 10, 11 that need to retake the biology MCAS exam. On Thursday, November 14th, I attended the Newburyport Chamber of Commerce meeting at the Salisbury Boys and Girls Club. Former Boston Bruins player Ray Bork was in attendance, and he gave a very inspirational speech about always wanting to be perfect out on the ice, and he prepared every day to be perfect. Even though he knew in the back of his mind that he could never be perfect, but that's how he prepared for every game. And it was very inspirational, and he, at the end of the speech, gave a substantial donation to the Salisbury Boys and Girls Club, which was really wonderful. On Thursday, November 14th, I attended the Georgetown School Committee meeting along with Dr. Testaverde. We gave an update about our admissions policy and about our programs and what's happening here at Whittier. On Friday, November 15th, I met with Haverhill Police Chief Alan Denaro, along with Deputy Chief Ha, School Resource Officer Ryan Conley, and Principal Aganis. We had a good discussion around school safety protocols. On Tuesday, November 19th, I attended the YMCA Educator of the Year celebration at Northern Essex Community College. I want to congratulate Jonathan Wan, a science teacher here at Whittier, and you all know Beverly DeSalvo, our vocational coordinator. And they were our 2 nominees from Whittier this year. We're so proud of the work that they have done for our students and made this a great place for students to learn and for us to work. On Thursday, November 5th, I attended the MASS Executive Board meeting at Assabet Valley Technical High School in Marlborough. There's been ongoing discussions about how members of both MAVA and MAS can work together to benefit the students of the Commonwealth. On Tuesday, November 10th, I attended the MVSA meeting with administrative assistants at Shobatek, along with Lisa Rand, Chris Laganis, Brenda Williams, Karen O'Reilly, and Garrett Butterfield. It was a wonderful opportunity for us to share a meal and to thank them for their hard work all the time, but during this holiday season. Today, I gave you a memo. We're officially notified that we've been invited into the Massachusetts School Building Authority eligibility period. From here, we begin the process of starting the work to eventually get into a feasibility into a school project. So this was a very exciting day. It took me 3 hours to get to Boston this morning. But it was worth it. There were 11 schools invited to this stage of the eligibility stage out of 61. So I feel very lucky that we were one of those schools. And I want to thank Kara Cosmas. She did a lot of work developing the statement of interest. But I think what I need everyone to understand is the work has just begun. There's going to be a lot of work that needs to happen, but it's exciting, and I think, since I became superintendent, and since Chris was the principal, and as administrative team, we've been talking about the need to prepare this building for the next generation, and we are on our way to doing that, so I couldn't be more pleased. Outside projects for December, we're doing the Habitat for Humanity in Salisbury. Our carpentry and electrical programs are working there. Foster kids of the Merrimack Valley, we made cookies for their holiday party. Ozzy's kids, we made cookies for their holiday party. Opportunity Works, culinary and health assisting provided turkey squash for their holiday party. And health assisting students helped their clients with their meals. I have a field trip request to Salem, New Hampshire for the first robotics competition on February 27th through the 29th.
Move the superintendent's request.
Second.
All in favor?
Do we have the
Early.
proper paperwork
We
in
will have
hand?
the proper paperwork.
Thank you.
Check. Tonight, at my recommendation, Amy Poxick has resigned as our school district treasurer. I'm recommending Kevin Mahoney. Many of you know Kevin Mahoney. While he was a business manager at Whittier, I'm recommending him to be our new treasurer. Kevin has extensive experience with school finance and with Whittier Tech, so that's great as we go into the MSBA piece. I recommend him highly, and I'm looking for the school committee to make an appointment to.
Move the
for school to
superintendent's
approve.
request.
Second.
With pleasure, I should add.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Welcome, Mr. Mahoney.
I look forward to returning.
I don't blame you.
Next, I have an acceptance of donations. I request the school committee's approval for the acceptance of the donations listed on the memorandum attached from the business manager.
So moved.
Second.
We can do these collectively. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And that is all I have for you this evening.
I got a quick question, please. On the resignations, the special ed instructor, that individual gave you over a year notice? Okay.
Principal's report. Mr. Laganis. I wasn't gonna say it.
Now that you brought it up.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, and rest of the school committee members, and welcome Mr. Fitzgerald to our team. I just want a few things, so there's a ton of stuff going on, so Whittier Fall sports are complete, as you know. I just wanted to congratulate the students, the coaches, the parents for just another successful fall season. The Booster Clubs, last night, they held the sports banquet, and once again, it was a great event. There were over 300 or so parents in our cafeteria and in the gymnasium, and the student athletes that attended just so well behaved. You'd be really proud of them. I want to personally thank Mrs. McNulty, the mother of this young lady here, and the rest of the Booster Club family members and new members that showed up. Some of the freshman parents were there for putting on such a great event and always being there for our students, student athletes. The winter sports season began on Wednesday. Usually it was the Monday after Thanksgiving, but we had our snow days. Mother Nature didn't comply with us, but and I'll tell you, the numbers are strong, as we heard from Ms. McNulty here, for our student athletes. The tours, the middle school tours, will continue and should be completed by the holiday break by next week. It's been a wonderful opportunity for potential students who are viewing our beautiful Jumbotron in the field, which is a nice attractor as well. And the numbers, according to the guidance department, are really, really good at this point. We're looking at Hunking and Georgetown are the next to arrive. As Superintendent Lynch said, our winter concert will be there tomorrow night at 7 p.m. and Mrs. Claus and Santa are going to be there, I believe. So that would be amazing. And also our holiday fund is running very strong, and once again, the fund will hopefully alleviate some of the burdens for our students and families. I want to thank all that have donated up till now, and also to the foundation. Special thanks goes out to Christine Morrison of the Guidance Department, head of our Guidance Department, Kara Cosmos, business manager, and as well as the support staff, Cheryl Began, as they continue to coordinate this process for our Whittier students and families throughout the holidays. Just another amazing process, and we truly are a family here. And that's all I have for you.
Thank you. Any questions?
So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If I don't see you, thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
Business manager, Ms. Cosmos.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Madam Superintendent, members of the committee. I have just one thing for you this evening. On your places, I left a revised transfer. I needed to make an adjustment to the one that was in your packet. There was an account that was listed that did not need to be adjusted, so this one is reflective of what does need to be transferred. And the transfer will balance several salary and insurance accounts. And just for the record, the salary differences are due to alignment with contractual requirements. So a lot of times we budget a year ago and things change, people come and go, they shift into places, they go in and into grants, out of grants. So this will make sure that the salary budget is correct as we go into budgeting for the FY21 year. The insurance budgets, as you know, the insurance agent gives us an estimate in January of where he thinks that the amounts are going to be. This aligns them to the actual budgets with the expenditures. Overall, we had enough money in the accounts. It's just putting the accounts at the level of what we expended. So I respectfully request your vote on this transfer this evening.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, and have wonderful holidays.
Thank you.
You too.
January annual agenda items. We'll have policy updates,
We'll be having one later, I think.
variance analysis, and a budget review. Budget season starting up.
And it's starting.
Does it ever end?
Subcommittee reports. Executive, we have not met. I don't know if there's a need for a meeting. No. Instructional personnel. Dr.
We have not
Testenberg.
met, and there's no need for a meeting.
Okay. Plan operations, Mr. Tucker.
We have not met. If the superintendent would like, we could meet in January, or if you have anything coming up.
I don't have anything as of right now.
All right, we'll put it off for now. Thank you very much.
Salary, Mr. Early.
Not at this time.
Policy.
We have minutes of November 13th that moved for acceptance.
Second.
I was waiting.
All
I moved to accept.
all in favor?
All right, we're working in tandem here, but not well.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we have a first reading for DKC. This was the expense reimbursement
for the first reading. It was in your packet, I believe. So I move that for the first reading.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. And I'm not sure if we need a meeting in January, do we? Okay, all right, we're good.
Okay. Moving on, our next regular school committee meeting will be January 8th at 6:30.
Do we have an executive board that night? We do. Executive committee. 5 o'clock executive. we do.
Next-
The budget, yeah.
For the budget, okay. New business, there's no business. New business
Mr. Lobella
posted.
has new business.
Pardon? Oh, Mr. Lobella, sorry.
Yes, it's been a couple of years since we've had a report on the night school. And, I think maybe next month or two, we could have an update, because we've been hearing how the enrollment's getting more and more, and we're gonna need more teachers for night school. So it'll be interesting to see how the night school is progressing, the costs and expenses. I can send a list to Ms. Lynch on some of the items.
Specifics, yeah.
Specifics, yeah.
Okay. Is that okay? All right. Anything else? Anybody? No executive session.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Lisa, you
Have a good holiday.